So it's time to take a look at the first tier 10 platoon in the game, and I have to say right away I've had a blast with the whole platoon. Actually really solid based on my personal experience. So I'll be starting with the Challenger Mark II. And this thing is surprisingly fun. I actually expected a different performance, but as you probably seen in the previous video that I've done on the whole platoon, yeah, they are indeed quite powerful. Now, it has a 120mm main gun. Its speed isn't really the best, but honestly it gets the job done, so I'm not really going to complain about the speed of the vehicle. The armor, well, it has a huge lower plate, which is pretty much the weak spot, but the upper plate can bounce shells, and the turret. The turret is also fairly armored, but the Challenger has a huge lower plate, and if you hit the Challenger in the lower plate, the vehicle basically blows up. So if you can find a hull down position with the Challenger, you can definitely bounce hits with the turret. The reverse gear is very responsive, so hull down positions are definitely going to work really well for the vehicle. And as I usually say, not getting hit is the way to go with the top tier tanks. Just don't get hit. Even if you have a good armor, avoid getting hit. It's pretty much the way to go. Now this vehicle is also rather big, I have to say that right away. It's kind of huge. The Challenger is pretty big, a very big vehicle. But honestly, the size wasn't really a problem that I encountered. The reload is really good. It's able to spam the APFSDS shells without much of a problem, so that's always a added bonus. The AP shells, however, seem to have less penetration than the L44 cannon on the Leopard 2K. The Leopard 2K penetrates about 480 on average, this vehicle about 400 on average. And speaking of ammo, it has dual APFSDS shells, heat-based shells, high explosive shells, but I usually use two AP shells because I just love AP shells, love APFSDS shells, they work really well. And so look, a Challenger. Now the ammo is stored quite close to the turret. If you hit just a little bit above the, not above, if you hit just a little bit below the upper plate, in the lower plate, you will be able to detonate the ammo on this vehicle. So, but I have to say, survivability wise, it's not too bad. It's honestly much better than the Leopard, but at the same time, it's top tier, so you can still get one-shotted with ease by a tandem ATGM, classic ATGM, and stuff like that. Is that a deal breaker? Well, not exactly. I mean, it's what we have already experienced with other main battle tanks in tier 9, 8, 7, so yeah, the usual stuff about survivability. The TTD, however, that thing is different, and I have to admit that TTD is probably the second tankiest main battle tank in the game right now, probably second after the Merkava Mark I, and that thing also has some very interesting new features that we haven't seen in a vehicle in this game so far, that I'll come to talk about in the next videos that I will make on these vehicles. So, time for me to move a little bit forward. Now I play this vehicle hull down primarily. That's usually how I play the Chieftains, the Challengers, so I try to go hull down. It's actually a very small turret, which is a good thing because a small turret means it's difficult to hit, difficult to aim at, so that's a huge advantage that you will have. Also, the turret is quite thick, but at the same time, you know, don't rely on armor, but if you have to, try to get hit in the turret, because that's the, I would say, the thickest part of the Challenger. Obviously the main gun is stabilized, so you will have no issues with aiming and shooting while on the move. That's not going to be a problem. It has some machine guns that are decent. They will get the job done like any other machine gun. has smoke shells, also has a automatic fire extinguisher, I believe, that I don't really haven't noticed it in action, but I believe it should have that. So overall, while it might not be players' favorite new tier 10 so far, I mean, it's the only tier 10 that we have received in the game. More tier 10s will be released, that's a fact. But while it might not be the player's favorite because of the speed, I would assume it's definitely not, not too slow. It's in the okay category speed-wise. So if you like the vehicle, if you like the gameplay of the vehicle, I can recommend that you can go and take the vehicle, because it's good. It's so far performing really well. And at the end of the day, a good player will take advantage of literally every vehicle in the game. So if you're already playing well with other vehicles, with the chieftains, with the challengers, if you are already playing well with those vehicles, you will play well with this vehicle as well, because honestly, gameplay wise, there's very little difference between the chieftains and between the challenger. Of course, the challenger is much more powerful, there is no denying that. Much better gun, much better armor. Overall, it's a better vehicle, modernized, or should I say modern vehicle. But is it bad? No, definitely not. This vehicle slaps. Now this battle quickly ended up in a survival match, because I think I might have to carry the battle, which honestly I don't really like to do, because the stress of having to carry the battle on your own is actually it can get unpleasant, but the victory in the end, if you win of course, is definitely worth it. But at the same time, yeah, can I play and just enjoy the game, or am I forced to attempt to carry literally every battle that there is? I don't have a problem with carrying the battle, it's just why do I have to do it? But I guess if it ends up being a good video and a good battle, I'll do it. So this position right here is honestly amazing for the challenger, because you can maneuver up and down, and you can take advantage of the hull down, which is, well, as I said before, amazing for this vehicle. Works really well. Now I can bet there will be a vehicle coming to my right, so I'm paying attention to all three sides that I'm at the moment. And let me go towards the northern side here, because I know something there. See, this is what I'm talking about. I knew something will pop up. And a T-72, and it did no damage. But as I mentioned before, you have good armor, and the T-72 bounced. Okay, that's what I'm saying. You can take advantage of the armor in some certain occasions. It worked against the T-72. And yeah, the STRF will definitely not be able to penetrate the frontal armor on this thing, so yeah, that was decent. And let me go into the revenge bomber now. Well, that was a good battle, no complaints for me. I see no other enemy tanks spawning. Might be, yeah, there it is. That was a good battle actually. A good battle until the end. Beautiful. Okay. Well, that was the first battle for today. Let's go to the next one, because why not? So far I had fun with the challenger, and let me show you more gameplay of this vehicle, because it just works really well, as you can see. Well, isn't it just convenient that the game gives me the same map but a different side? And if you're asking, well, why didn't you put a different battle? Well, I've kept getting this map 75 times in a row, so I was kind of forced to play and show this battle, because the snail just didn't want to let me play a different map. So This map again, just different side. Let's see what happens now. In this case, on this side, the idea is about the same. The only problem is no hold down, so that sucks. But there is a TTD, and TTD from the sides actually able to be destroyed, so will not be a big problem. TTD from the front, yeah, that thing is a chunk for a top tier vehicle, and I'll come to that later because that vehicle is really interesting, and I honestly like it a lot. Well, not a good position to be in because quite crowded at the moment. And a T-72 coming our way. Okay, T-72 stopped, showed the side armor, and boom, there goes the T-72. Because never show the side armor if you're driving the T-72. This side armor on that vehicle is not that good. The same can be said about this vehicle. Side armor isn't good, so never show the side armor. Okay, there goes a Begleiter Panzer. Very nice catch. Very nice teamwork as well. Let's see what I can catch with the Revenge Bomber. Thankfully it is the kinda better Revenge Bomber. This bomber is at least usable. I would love to get the IL-28, but you know, I rarely get that Revenge Bomber nowadays, which kind of sucks because I really like those rockets on that Revenge Bomber. And one more. Well, at least I managed to destroy one vehicle, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. And we can move a little bit. Actually, I take that back. 2 vehicles. Perfect. Now, where should I go next? Actually, it's a little crowded here, so let me go and see what I can do if I go a little bit forward. Right around this position over here. I actually used to go here often before. Now I usually stop at the first. Oh, okay. That's a Challenger. I hit the engine, unfortunately. I missed the ammo. As you can see, the ammo is right below. Well, actually, right below that. Right here. Should be there. There it is. Okay. Ammo detonated. Okay, not bad. That was a good ambush. Now, where should I go next? Actually, let's move forward, because why not? And we have a TTD, a vehicle you cannot ammo rack, by the way, because it has the blow-up panels, which is the first vehicle that has those. Like the Abrams, the TTD has those as well, and that's what I'm saying. The survivability of that thing is something. The blowout panels are working really well on the TTD. Even though I haven't seen those myself yet, I rarely get hit in the ammo when I'm driving the TTD, but it has the blowout panels, so that's a very interesting thing to note about that vehicle. So overall, the Challenger Mark II might not be the fastest, but it has decent armor, a decent main gun, very good maneuverability, and overall it is the first tier 10 vehicle added in the game. And I personally had fun driving it, definitely enjoyable. And as I mentioned before, if you like the Challenger, if you like this type of gameplay, then this vehicle will definitely work really well and you will enjoy using it a lot. And yeah, this is going to be a victory. A very good teamwork actually. It was a very solid battle, very solid team as well. So overall, a decent result. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we have like 4 or 5 vehicles in the base here, which is good. I mean, the whole team is is over here in the enemy base, so that's lovely. That is very lovely. Well, that was fun. That was the Chieftain, or not the Chieftain, the Challenger Mark II. If you would like to support me, feel free to like and subscribe. And with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. Stay safe, and as always, I'll see you next time.